We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Epictetus, in the bustling, ever-changing landscape of our modern lives, where each day presents a new challenge, a new opportunity, and a new lesson, there lies a timeless philosophy that still echoes with relevance and wisdom. Stoicism, an ancient Hellenistic philosophy. Stoicism was founded in Athens by Zeno of Scum in the early 3rd century BC. Yet its principles continue to resonate powerfully in the hearts and minds of people across the globe, transcending time and culture. At its core, Stoicism teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means to overcome destructive emotions. It is not about suppressing our feelings, but rather understanding our reactions to them in a world where we often feel out of control. Stoicism offers a lantern of clarity, guiding us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses. But Stoicism is more than just a philosophical discourse. It is a practical toolkit for living a fulfilled life. It encourages us to confront our fears, challenges us to question our desires, and invites us to value simplicity. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus weren't just thinkers. They were practitioners of a way of living. Their teachings, encapsulated in meditations, letters, and discourses, offer a blueprint for facing life's adversities with grace and resilience. As we embark on this journey through 12 Stoic lessons to transform your life, we are not just exploring ancient texts or dissecting philosophical concepts. We are engaging in a deeply personal and transformative experience. Each lesson is a stepping stone towards self-mastery, peace of mind, and a deeper understanding of the human condition. These lessons challenge the very way we perceive our existence, our values, and our interactions with the world around us. The lessons range from understanding what lies within our power to control, to embracing the impermanence of life. They teach us to appreciate the present, cultivate discipline, and develop emotional resilience through these lessons. Stoicism provides a framework for dealing with the complexities and uncertainties of life. It teaches us to detach ourselves from external outcomes and focus instead on our internal virtues. A shift in perspective that can lead to profound changes in how we live our day-to-day lives. The Stoic teachings are not abstract theories meant to be pondered in isolation, but are deeply practical and applicable. They address everyday concerns from handling stress and managing anger to finding happiness and understanding our place in the world. By integrating these lessons into our daily routines, we can transform not only our mindset, but our actions and ultimately our lives as we explore these 12 lessons. Remember that Stoicism is not about becoming indifferent or unfeeling. It's about finding balance, understanding our emotions, and using reason to navigate life's ups and downs. It's about building resilience, not just to endure, but to thrive regardless of what life throws our way in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. Stoicism stands as a beacon of strength and stability. It teaches us that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond in. This lies our power, our dignity, and our freedom. As we delve into these lessons, let us embrace the Stoic journey, not just as a philosophical exercise, but as a practical guide to living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Lesson 1. Understand what is within your control. We are disturbed, not by what happens to us but by our thoughts about what happens. Epictetus. This profound quote by Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, lays the foundation for our first lesson. Understanding what is within our control in the realm of Stoicism. This principle is paramount. It teaches us that the key to peace of mind and personal freedom lies in focusing our energy and attention on things we can control, rather than on those we cannot. The Stoics divide the world into two domains. Things we can control are thoughts, perceptions, and actions, and things we cannot control, which includes everything external to us, like the behavior of others, the past, and the future. This lesson urges us to examine our daily life to recognize and accept this division. For instance, you cannot control the weather, the traffic, or other people's actions, but you can control your response to these events. If it rains during your outdoor event, you can either lament the weather, which is beyond your control, or adapt your plans and attitude, which is within your control. This approach is not about passivity or resignation. Instead, It's about empowering yourself by investing your energy in what you can influence and letting go of the frustration and stress that come from trying to control the uncontrollable. By adopting this mindset, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience. It helps us to become more adaptable, less reactive, and more measured in our responses to life's challenges. It's about shifting our focus from external events to our internal landscape, our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes, and how these can either serve or hinder us. This lesson isn't just about avoiding unnecessary stress. It's about recognizing where our true power lies and using it to live a more fulfilled life. Lesson 2. Embrace obstacles as opportunities. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. The second lesson delves into a principle famously encapsulated by Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. The idea that obstacles can actually be opportunities is not just a motivational platitude but a cornerstone of Stoic resilience. It's about a radical reframing of challenges, setbacks, and hardships. Instead of viewing them as impediments, we are encouraged to see them as opportunities for growth, learning, and character development. This concept is often easier said than done, as our natural inclination is to avoid difficulties and seek comfort. However, Stoicism invites us to question this instinct and instead embrace challenges as a means of practicing virtues like courage, patience, and perseverance when faced with a difficult situation. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can ask, "What can this teach me, or how can I use this to become stronger?" A real-world application of this lesson could be in our professional lives. A career setback like losing a job or facing a demotion can be reframed as an opportunity to reevaluate our path, acquire new skills, or even start a new venture. It's about finding value in adversity, not passively but actively seeking ways to transform it into a stepping stone for personal and professional development. Embracing obstacles as opportunities is more than mere optimism, it's a strategy for life. It's about cultivating a mindset that sees every difficulty as a test of our character and every setback as a chance to practice virtue. It's a lesson in resilience, adaptability, and the power of a positive perspective. Lesson 3. Living in the present moment. Be where you are, otherwise you will miss your life. Buddha. Though this quote comes from Buddha, it beautifully aligns with Stoic principles, particularly the practice of mindfulness and presence. Stoicism, much like Buddhism, places great emphasis on living in the present moment. This lesson is about the art of presence, the cultivation of an acute awareness of the now. It's an antidote to the distractions, anxieties, and incessant busyness that characterizes modern life. Mindfulness in Stoicism is about paying attention to our thoughts, our actions, and our surroundings with a clear and focused mind. It's about being fully engaged with whatever we are doing at the moment, whether it's having a conversation, eating a meal, or simply walking. This practice helps us appreciate the richness of life, reduces stress, and enhances our overall well-being. But mindfulness is more than just a practice, it's a way of living. It's about being aware of our thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. It's about observing the world around us without jumping to judgment or letting biases cloud our perception. This heightened sense of awareness enables us to respond to life situations with wisdom and equanimity rather than reacting impulsively. In practical terms, mindfulness can manifest in simple actions. It could be as basic as truly listening when someone speaks, rather than thinking about what you'll say next, or it could involve taking a moment to breathe and center yourself when you feel overwhelmed or stressed. Practicing mindfulness means you are less likely to be caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past, allowing you to live more fully in the present. This lesson invites us to slow down, to savor the present, and to cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us by practicing mindfulness and presence. We not only enhance our own lives, but also enrich our interactions with others, fostering a more compassionate and understanding world. Lesson 4. Building self-discipline. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. Seneca. The fourth lesson brings us to the crucial role of self-discipline in achieving personal growth. Seneca's words echo the Stoic belief that true power lies in self-control and the disciplined use of our resources, be it time, abilities, or material possessions. Self-discipline. in the Stoic sense is not just about restraint or austerity, but about making conscious rational decisions that align with our values and goals. It involves recognizing and resisting impulsive desires, not to deny pleasure, but to avoid being enslaved by whims and fleeting temptations, and cultivating self-discipline. We are encouraged to take a hard look at our daily habits and lifestyle choices. Are they reflective of our deepest values? Do they contribute to our growth and well-being, or do they hinder it? The practice of self-discipline asks us to be mindful of how we spend our time, how we react to our emotions, and how we engage with our desires. It's about choosing long-term satisfaction over short-term gratification. Understanding that true happiness comes not from external sources, but from living a life of virtue and purpose. Moreover, self-discipline is about mastering ourselves, not just our actions, but our thoughts and reactions. It involves setting boundaries for ourselves and sticking to them. Even when it's challenging, this could mean limiting distractions to focus on important tasks, saying no to unnecessary commitments, or practicing moderation in pleasures. It's about finding a balanced understanding that, while we cannot control everything in our lives, we can control ourselves. Cultivating self-discipline also means recognizing and appreciating what we already have. It's about shifting our focus from what we lack to what we possess, and using our resources wisely and gratefully. This mindset fosters a sense of abundance and contentment, which is essential for personal growth and happiness. In the grand scheme, self-discipline is not just a tool for individual achievement, but a path to personal freedom and fulfillment. Lesson 5. Develop emotional resilience. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. In this fifth lesson, we delve into the Stoic view of emotions and the importance of developing emotional resilience. The quote from Seneca reminds us that much of our suffering is a product of our thoughts and fears rather than actual events. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control our reactions to these events. This is where emotional resilience comes in. It's the ability to face our emotions, understand them, and respond to them in a healthy and constructive way. Emotional resilience, according to Stoicism, is not about suppressing or ignoring our feelings. It's about acknowledging them, understanding their origin, and then using reason to decide the best course of action. It's about recognizing that while emotions are natural, they should not dictate our decisions or behaviors. For instance, it's natural to feel anger when wronged. But it's how we handle that anger that defines us. Do we let it lead to rash actions and hurtful words, or do we take a moment to step back, assess the situation, and respond in a way that aligns with our principles? This lesson also teaches us the value of perspective. Often, our emotional reactions are amplified by the way we perceive situations. By learning to view challenges and setbacks through a more objective lens, we can reduce unnecessary distress and respond more calmly and effectively. This involves questioning our automatic thoughts and beliefs and considering alternative interpretations of events. Developing emotional resilience is a lifelong journey. It requires regular practice and mindfulness. It involves cultivating virtues like patience, tolerance, and courage. It means learning to find the middle ground between feeling too much and feeling too little. By developing emotional resilience, we equip ourselves to handle life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity, leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Lesson 6. Memento mori. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. The sixth lesson is a profound one, rooted in the Stoic practice of memento mori. The reminder that we must die. This might sound morbid at first, but its intention is far from it. This lesson is about recognizing the impermanence of life as a way to value our time and live more meaningfully. Marcus Aurelius's words remind us that life is fleeting and we should live each moment with the awareness that it could be our last. Understanding the impermanence of life encourages us to focus on what truly matters. It pushes us to question our priorities, our values, and how we spend our time. Are we pursuing things that are genuinely important to us, or are we caught up in the trivialities and distractions of daily life? This lesson teaches us to live with intention, to cherish each moment, and to focus on creating a positive impact. Moreover, the awareness of life's impermanence fosters a sense of gratitude and appreciation. It helps us to not take our time, our relationships, and our experiences for granted. It encourages us to be more present, more compassionate, and more forgiving. We are reminded to cherish our loved ones, to pursue our passions, and to make the most of the time we have in a broader sense. This lesson is about accepting the natural cycle of life and death. It's about understanding that everything has its time, and that clinging to the impermanent only leads to suffering. By embracing the transience of life, we learn to live more fully, to let go of petty grievances, and to focus on what truly enriches our lives. It's a call to action, to live authentically, courageously, and with purpose, knowing that our time is limited, but our impact can be lasting. Lesson 7. Practice gratitude. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Epictetus. In Lesson 7, we explore the timeless virtue of gratitude. A key element in Stoic philosophy, as well as in the teachings of Epictetus, gratitude is about appreciating what we already possess rather than lamenting what we lack. This lesson encourages a shift in perspective from scarcity to abundance, focusing on the wealth that exists in our current situation. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring life's difficulties, but it involves a conscious decision to acknowledge and appreciate the positives. This philosophy teaches us to find contentment in what we have rather than constantly seeking more in the belief that it will bring happiness. It's about understanding that happiness does not come from external acquisitions, but from an internal state of mind. Gratitude helps in building a mindset where one can find joy and satisfaction in the present moment regardless of circumstances. It transforms our relationship with life, turning every experience, even the most mundane, into a source of joy. Moreover, gratitude extends beyond personal benefit. It enhances our relationships as expressing appreciation for others, fosters connection and kindness. It's about recognizing the value of people's experiences and even challenges, acknowledging their contribution to our growth and well-being in a world that often emphasizes the pursuit of more. Practicing gratitude is a powerful antidote to discontent and a catalyst for happiness and fulfillment. By regularly reflecting on what we are thankful for, we cultivate a deeper appreciation for life. This could involve simple practices like maintaining a gratitude journal or taking a moment each day to acknowledge something we're grateful for. Over time, this practice can lead to profound changes in how we perceive our lives and the world around us, fostering a sense of well-being and contentment. Lesson 8. Focus on personal excellence. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Lesson 8 delves into the concept of ari, a Greek word often translated as virtue or excellence, which is central to Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius's call to action emphasizes the importance of personal excellence, not just as a concept but as a way of living. It's about striving to be the best version of oneself in all aspects of life. This pursuit of excellence is not about external success or societal recognition, but about internal growth and virtue. In Stoicism, virtue is considered the highest good, and it encompasses qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Focusing on personal excellence means actively working to cultivate these virtues in our daily lives. It involves making choices that align with our highest values and striving for moral and ethical integrity, even in the face of challenges. This lesson teaches that our true worth is determined not by our achievements or possessions, but by the quality of our character. It's about setting high standards for ourselves and continually seeking to improve, not out of a sense of inadequacy, but from a desire to live a virtuous and meaningful life. This quest for personal excellence is a lifelong journey, one that requires self-reflection, discipline, and a commitment to personal growth. Moreover, the focus on personal excellence has a ripple effect. By bettering ourselves, we contribute to the betterment of our communities and the world at large. We become role models, inspire others, and create a positive impact through our actions and choices. This lesson is a call to put philosophy into practice, to embody the virtues we admire, and to live a life of purpose and integrity. Lesson 9. Stop caring what people think. I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinions of himself than on the opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius. Lesson 9 addresses a common human tendency, the pursuit of external validation. Marcus Aurelius's observation highlights a paradox in human behavior, our propensity to seek approval and recognition from others, often at the expense of our own self-esteem and values. This lesson urges us to let go of this need for external approval and to find validation within ourselves. The Stoic attitude towards external validation is one of gentle indifference. It's not about becoming aloof or uncaring about others' opinions, but about not letting them dictate our self-worth or choices. The Stoics teach that true peace and freedom come from within, not from the fleeting and often fickle approval of others. This lesson encourages us to ground our sense of self in our own values and judgments rather than external metrics of success or recognition. Letting go of the need for external approval is both liberating and empowering. It frees us from the constraints of societal expectations and allows us to live more authentically. It's about having the courage to be true to ourselves, to follow our own path, and to make decisions based on what we believe is right, not what we think will please others. Moreover, this lesson teaches us to develop a stronger sense of self-reliance and confidence. When we stop relying on external validation to feel good about ourselves, we build a more stable and enduring foundation for self-esteem. We learn to appreciate and accept ourselves with all our strengths and flaws. And this self-acceptance becomes the bedrock of our well-being and happiness. In practice, letting go of the need for external approval involves cultivating self-awareness and self-compassion. It's about recognizing our inherent worth, independent of our achievements or how others perceive us. It's a journey towards inner confidence where we learn to validate, celebrate, and trust ourselves by embracing this Stoic lesson. We can live more freely, authentically, and joyfully guided by our inner compass rather than external pressures or expectations. Lesson 10. Accept change. Nothing endures but change. Heraclius. Lesson 10 brings us to a fundamental truth echoed by Heraclius, an ancient Greek philosopher whose ideas resonate deeply with Stoic thought: the constant and inevitable nature of change. Understanding and accepting change as an intrinsic part of life is crucial for developing resilience and living harmoniously. This lesson is not merely about acknowledging that change occurs, but about embracing it as a natural, unceasing rhythm of existence. Change can often be uncomfortable or even frightening, especially when it disrupts our plans or challenges our sense of stability. However, resisting change is akin to resisting the very nature of life. Stoicism teaches us to flow with this inevitable current, adapting to new circumstances with flexibility and composure. It's about finding stability within ourselves amidst the flux of the external world. This acceptance of change encourages a mindset of openness and adaptability. It prepares us to face life's uncertainties with a calm and balanced approach, whether it's a change in our personal lives, like a career shift or the end of a relationship, or larger societal changes. The ability to adapt is a key to inner peace and resilience. Accepting change doesn't mean being passive or resigned. It's about actively engaging with life, ready to respond and grow with each turn. Moreover, understanding the nature of change fosters a deeper appreciation for the present moment, knowing that nothing lasts forever. We learn to cherish our current experiences, relationships, and joys. It encourages us not to take things for granted and to live more fully and mindfully. This lesson is a powerful antidote to complacency and a call to engage actively with life, embracing its ever-changing nature. Lesson 11. Practice compassion and empathy. Kindness is invincible provided it's sincere, not hypocritical or a matter of show. Marcus Aurelius. In Lesson 11, we explore the virtues of compassion and empathy, fundamental aspects of Stoicism, and beautifully encapsulated in Marcus Aurelius's words. Stoicism often emphasizes personal resilience and strength, but equally important is the cultivation of kindness and understanding toward others. This lesson is about recognizing the shared human experience and extending empathy and compassion to those around us. Practicing compassion and empathy involves seeing beyond our own perspective and understanding the emotions, experiences, and motivations of others. It's about acknowledging the struggles and sufferings of others and responding with kindness and support in a world where individualism often takes precedence. This Stoic lesson reminds us of the value of community connection and care for others. Moreover, Compassion and empathy have a transformative effect, not only on those who receive it, but also on those who practice it. Engaging with others in a compassionate manner fosters deeper connections, reduces conflicts, and enhances our sense of well-being. It helps in building a more understanding, tolerant, and peaceful society. This practice isn't about pity or condescension, but about genuine connection and a recognition of the intrinsic value of every individual in practical terms. Practicing compassion and empathy can range from simple acts of kindness to more significant gestures of support and understanding. It involves listening, actively offering help without expecting anything in return, and trying to understand the world from another's perspective. This lesson guides us to be more patient, less judgmental, and more open-hearted in our daily interactions. Lesson 12. Reflect and review. Regularly examine your actions. Don't let your efforts be aimless. Marcus Aurelius. The final lesson, Lesson 12, focuses on the Stoic practice of self-reflection, a fundamental tool for personal growth and self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius, known for his reflective meditations, highlights the importance of regularly examining our actions, intentions, and progress. This lesson is about cultivating a habit of introspection, ensuring that our actions align with our values and goals. Self-reflection in Stoicism is not just a passive review of events but an active critical examination of our thoughts, behaviors, and choices. It's about asking ourselves tough questions. Are we living in accordance with our principles? Are our efforts directed toward meaningful goals? What can we learn from our experiences? This practice helps in identifying areas for improvement, acknowledging our strengths, and making conscious, deliberate choices about how to live. This lesson also involves setting aside time for reflection, which could be daily, weekly, or at any regular interval. It's a moment to pause in the hustle of life, to look inward, and to reassess our path. This practice can take many forms, from journaling to meditation or simply quiet contemplation. The key is to approach it with honesty, openness, and a willingness to grow, where regular reflection fosters a deeper understanding of ourselves. It helps us become more self-aware, recognizing patterns in our thoughts and behaviors that may be helpful or hindering. This awareness is crucial for personal development, as it forms the basis for making meaningful changes in our lives. It encourages us to live intentionally, not on autopilot but as active creators of our own life story. As we reach the conclusion of our journey through the profound and timeless teachings of Stoicism, it's essential to pause and reflect on the immense wisdom we've encountered. This exploration has not merely been an academic exercise, but a deep dive into a philosophy that holds the potential to transform our lives in the most practical and meaningful ways. The 12 lessons we've discussed are more than just philosophical concepts. They are tools, strategies, and insight that can guide us in navigating the complexities and challenges of modern life with greater resilience, purpose, and fulfillment. In our first lesson, we learned about understanding what is within our control, a principle that empowers us to focus our energy and efforts on things we can influence, leading to a life of efficiency and inner peace. The second lesson taught us to embrace obstacles as opportunities, a perspective that transforms challenges into catalysts for growth and strength, practicing mindfulness and presence. Our third lesson brought us to the realization of the richness and depth of the present moment, freeing us from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties. The fourth lesson, on cultivating self-discipline, highlighted the importance of mastering our impulses and using our resources wisely, laying the foundation for a life of fulfillment and achievement. Developing emotional resilience, as we discovered in Lesson 5, is about facing our emotions with wisdom and balance, thus equipping us to handle life's ups and downs with grace. The sixth lesson, on understanding the impermanence of life, reminded us of the preciousness of each moment and the importance of living with intention and gratitude, practicing gratitude. Our seventh lesson opened our eyes to the abundance that surrounds us, fostering a sense of contentment and joy in what we already have, focusing on personal excellence. The eighth lesson challenged us to strive for the highest virtues of character, leading to a life of integrity and purpose. The ninth lesson, on letting go of the need for external approval, taught us the liberating power of self-validation and the importance of trusting our own judgment and worth. In the 10th lesson, we learned to understand and accept the nature of change. embracing the fluidity of life with adaptability and openness, practicing compassion and empathy, as discussed in the 11th lesson, showed us the transformative power of kindness and understanding, not just in our lives but in the lives of those around us. Finally, the 12th lesson on reflecting and reviewing regularly emphasized the importance of introspection and self-awareness in our journey towards continuous improvement and self-mastery. These Stoic lessons, when integrated into our daily lives, can lead to profound transformations. They teach us to navigate life with wisdom, resilience, and virtue. They encourage us to build stronger relationships, foster a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world, and lead a life that aligns with our highest values and ideals. By adopting these principles, we can find a sense of balance and fulfillment amidst the chaos and unpredictability of modern life. As we conclude this exploration, I encourage you to not just contemplate these lessons, but to actively integrate them into your daily routine. Let them be your guide in times of uncertainty, your anchor in times of turmoil, and your beacon of hope in times of darkness. Remember that the journey of personal growth and self-improvement is ongoing and ever-evolving. Each day presents a new opportunity to practice these teachings, to learn, to grow, and to become a better version of ourselves. In the words of Seneca, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. Let this be our motivation as we move forward. Embrace these Stoic lessons, apply them in your life, and witness the transformative power they hold. Let them inspire you to live with purpose, act with integrity, and face life's challenges with courage and wisdom. Your journey through Stoicism is not just about self-improvement. It's about crafting a life of meaning, happiness, and fulfillment. Step forward with confidence and enthusiasm, armed with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, and create a life that resonates with virtue, resilience, and joy.